Warning: watch this video or you will regret it. Depression. Many people think it is just a passing sadness, but for the elderly, it is a silent killer, killing the spirit, robbing the will to live every day. No noise, no commotion, just empty eyes, long, sleepless nights, and an increasingly silent heart. In old age, when children have grown up, friends are scarce, health declines. The elderly easily fall into a state of loneliness and uncertainty. But depression is not just sadness. It is a real disease, which can cause people to end their lives if not cared for and treated promptly. Understanding depression in the elderly is the best way to save them, and sometimes save our loved ones. Depression in the elderly, not just sad depression in the elderly, is often misunderstood as old age mood or sadness due to age. But this is a serious mental illness that can affect both physical and mental health. Unlike depression in young people, which is easily recognized through negative emotions, the elderly often hide depression behind vague symptoms such as insomnia, loss of appetite, fatigue, and pain in many places without being examined. They do not often complain, "I am sad." Instead, they say things like, "I feel useless. I don't want to live anymore." Many elderly people used to be strong and optimistic, but when they retire, lose their social role, live far away from their children and grandchildren, or have many illnesses, they easily fall into depression without even knowing it. The sad thing is, people around them often do not realize it, because they think everyone gets grumpy when they get old, or she's just a little sad. And so the depression silently grows, gnawing away at the patient's will to live. Signs of depression: a dangerous silence. Depression in the elderly is not always obvious. It hides in silence, indifference, and isolation. Here are typical signs that need special attention: prolonged mood swings, constant sadness, emotional or irritability for no reason, loss of interest in everything, no longer interested in things you used to love, no desire to communicate, no interest in eating or personal hygiene, complaining of persistent pain without a clear cause, back pain, headache, shortness of breath, but no clear pathology can be found after examination, insomnia or sleeping too much, staying up all night or lying down all day, feeling useless, guilty, thinking of yourself as a burden, often mentioning death lightly, memory loss and concentration problems. Many people mistakenly believe this is a sign of Alzheimer's. Older people with depression are at higher risk of suicide than any other age group because they are less likely to share, less likely to be noticed, and even less likely to think that old people can be heartbroken to death. What are the risks that lead to depression in old age? No one gets depressed without a reason. In the elderly, depression often stems from many life events and psychological and physiological changes. Loss of loved ones, the death of a spouse, friend, or relative is a big shock, easily pushing the elderly into prolonged loneliness. Chronic diseases, high blood pressure, diabetes, cancer, osteoarthritis, Parkinson's, make the elderly tired and gradually lose faith in life. Declining physical function, loss of mobility, hearing loss, poor vision, make them feel left behind. Separated from children and grandchildren, children work far away, grandchildren are busy studying. Although no one intends to, the mental gap still grows every day. Retirement and loss of social role. From a busy, prestigious person, retirement means freedom to emptiness. History of depression or mental disorders. If you had it in your youth, the risk of it recurring in old age is very high. Understanding these factors helps us prevent it early, and at the same time have a more tolerant view of the quiet mood of our parents and grandparents. Can depression be cured? The answer is yes. The good news is, depression in the elderly is completely treatable if detected early and treated properly. Treatment includes three main pillars. Psychotherapy is the most important therapy. Being listened to, talked to, and shared deep emotions helps the elderly reduce loneliness and regain meaning in life. Psychologists will guide patients to reconnect with life and rebuild joy. Antidepressants can be prescribed by doctors in moderate and severe cases. However, the use of drugs must be extremely careful in the elderly because they can easily interact with other drugs and cause side effects. Absolutely do not use drugs without a prescription. Family support. This is an irreplaceable medicine. A call every day, a warm meal, a handshake. It could be what keeps them in life. The most important thing is, don't take the signs of depression lightly. Don't assume that everyone is sad when they get old. That's not sadness. It could be an illness that needs to be treated. What to do to prevent depression in the elderly? The best way to prevent depression is to keep the elderly living meaningfully, connected, and loved. Some things you can do today. Communicate every day. No matter how busy you are, take a few minutes to call, ask, or simply send a text message. That tells them they are not alone. Encourage exercise. Take your grandparents for a walk, do Tai Chi, play chess. It is good for health and creates a sense of connection. Create a stable living routine. Reasonable meal times and bedtimes help stabilize mood and improve sleep quality. Stimulate hobbies. Take them to visit old friends, learn to draw, take care of plants, raise pets. Help them feel useful, have joy to look forward to. Regular psychological checkups. If you feel unstable, do not hesitate to take your loved one to see a psychiatrist or a psychologist. And above all, listen with your heart. Don't judge, don't interrupt, don't be quick to say, it's nothing. Just be there, and they'll know you're not invisible in this world. Depression doesn't kill with blood, but it takes life away silently, day by day, hour by hour. In the elderly, it is even more dangerous because it is so easily forgotten. Look deeper into the sighs, silences, and sad eyes of your loved ones. They may not say anything, but they need you more than ever. A hug, a word of greeting, a minute of sitting next to each other. Sometimes that is all they need to overcome the nightmare called depression.